Welcome back to BikeBeat, and today we're taking a deep dive into a motorcycle that doesn't just want to participate in today's market, it wants to remind the world what made Kawasaki great in the first place. Some motorcycles are remembered because they were fast. Some because they were beautiful. But a rare few become legends because they change everything. The original Kawasaki GPZ900 was one of those machines. When it debuted in 1984, it wasn't just another bike, it was the world's first true modern sport bike. Liquid-cooled, aerodynamic, fast, and ahead of its time. And now, more than 4 decades later, Kawasaki has brought the name back with the 2026 GPZ900RS. Not as a copy, not as a tribute, but as a modern reinterpretation of a revolution. When you first look at the 2026 GPZ900RS, you instantly recognize what Kawasaki is trying to do. The shape, the fairing lines, the stance, they're unmistakably GPZ. But the closer you get, the more you see how the modern engineering blends with that iconic silhouette. The bodywork feels chiseled and precise. The fairing is sharper, more aerodynamic, and refined for today's high-speed efficiency. The tank has that long, stretched shape that invites you to lean forward and engage with the machine, while the tail section mimics that classic boxy 80s shape, it flows more naturally. The lighting instantly reveals its modern nature. Dual LED projectors sit where vintage halogen units would have, offering a bright, crisp beam with adaptive cornering capability on higher trims. Even the turn signals are LED but shaped to fit the era. The mirrors, the paint, the decals, everything feels like Kawasaki wanted riders to instantly say, "I know this bike." But the real magic sits at the heart of this machine. Kawasaki didn't use the original engine, but they carried the spirit of it forward, a smooth, free-revving inline-four. The 948 cubic centimeters DOHC engine delivers around 122 horsepower, tuned not just for peak performance but for a progressive power band. Kawasaki spent time making sure the response is immediate yet controllable. You twist the throttle and the bike responds with a satisfying surge, one that builds momentum as the RPMs climb instead of exploding all at once. And then there's the sound. Kawasaki knew this bike needed a voice, not a whisper, not a muted hum, but a sound that reminds riders why the inline-four format became a global obsession. They tuned the airbox, adjusted the header length, and sculpted the exhaust tone. At idle, it's smooth but purposeful. At mid-range, it becomes fuller and more expressive. And once you push past 7,000 revolutions per minute, it screams with that unmistakable Kawasaki character, sharp, emotional, and mechanical in all the right ways. On the road, the GPZ900RS feels refined and confident. The steel trellis frame provides stiffness without losing feel, while the suspension and adjustable USD fork in the front and Kawasaki's horizontal backlink monoshock at the rear strikes a balance between comfort and control. It's not overly aggressive like a track bike, but it has enough firmness to let riders carve corners with confidence. Cornering manners feel natural and intuitive. Kawasaki clearly tuned this bike to feel lively without being twitchy. Lean transitions are smooth, and the chassis communicates what's happening beneath you. Whether you're riding on your morning commute or leaning deep into a weekend mountain road, the bike responds with balance and precision. Braking, of course, had to match the performance. Dual 300mm front discs paired with radial mount calipers supply strong stopping power, supported by cornering ABS for stability under late braking. For riders who want sharper braking feel and stronger bite, Kawasaki offers an optional performance package with Brembo calipers and steel-braided lines. Electronics support the performance without overwhelming the rider. There are selectable ride modes: Sport, Road, Rain, and a fully customizable rider mode. Kawasaki's traction control system features 3 levels plus the option to disable it entirely. A bi-directional quickshifter comes standard, letting you shift without touching the clutch, whether accelerating or downshifting into a corner. While this bike carries retro styling, the cockpit reminds you it's built for 2026. 2 large analog gauges, a nostalgic speedometer and tachometer, frame a crisp TFT display. The digital screen provides gear position, real-time fuel economy, temperature readings, ride mode info, Bluetooth notifications, GPS prompts, tire pressure monitoring, maintenance logs, and more. If you pair your phone using Kawasaki's Radiology app, you can track routes, adjust settings, and customize your dashboard layout. Ergonomics are comfortable without sacrificing sportiness. The handlebars sit higher than a true supersport, giving the riding position a relaxed yet engaged feel. The seat is wide and well padded, making longer rides possible without fatigue. At 810mm seat height, most riders will be able to reach the ground comfortably. The bike weighs around 218 kilograms wet, but Kawasaki distributed the mass low, making it feel lighter than the number suggests, especially once moving. Fuel capacity sits at 18 liters, giving riders solid range for touring or weekend road trips. Fuel efficiency hovers around 18 to 21 km/L depending on riding style, meaning fewer fuel stops and more time enjoying the road. Kawasaki also added a thoughtful range of accessories: heated grips, a touring windscreen, hard luggage, crash protection, and even a retro racing stripe kit for riders who want to lean deeper into vintage styling. A performance exhaust upgrade is available while still keeping the bike emissions compliant. Now, the big question: price. Kawasaki positioned the 2026 GPZ900RS as a premium neo-retro motorcycle with an expected price range around $13,500 to $15,000 depending on region, color, and packages. Considering the heritage, engineering, and emotional value built into this machine, the price feels justified. This isn't a motorcycle for riders who chase specs or want the fastest lap time. It's for the rider who wants engagement, personality, and heritage. Someone who wants to look back at their bike while walking away from it. Someone who wants not just transportation, but a connection. Riding the GPZ900RS isn't just about speed, it's about feeling. The way the throttle responds, the way the engine sings, the way the chassis talks to you, it brings back something many modern motorcycles lost: mechanical soul. Kawasaki didn't revive the GPZ name for nostalgia alone. They revived it because motorcycles need emotion. They need identity. They need story. And that's really the best way to describe the GPZ900RS: authentic. It isn't pretending to be classic, it is classic, modernized. Kawasaki didn't treat this motorcycle like a design exercise or a nostalgia gimmick. They treated it like a legacy. So who is this bike for? It's for riders who want something emotional, something with presence. It's for those who fell in love with the original GPZ900 or those who missed the original era and want a taste of it now, without sacrificing modern safety and performance. It's for collectors, daily riders, weekend tourers, and anyone who wants a bike that makes you smile before you even start it. The 2026 Kawasaki GPZ900RS isn't about chasing lap records or maximizing specs, it's about the feeling motorcycles used to give us. And that might be its biggest strength. The 2026 Kawasaki GPZ900RS is more than a motorcycle. It's a reminder of what motorcycles used to mean and a statement about what they still can be. Fuel efficiency sits around 18 to 20 km/L depending on riding style, and the 18-liter fuel tank offers a solid range, meaning fewer stops on longer rides. What weight sits around 218 kilograms, but because the weight is well distributed, the bike feels lighter in motion than the numbers suggest. Thanks for watching BikeBeat. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more motorcycle stories, tests, and breakdowns. And now the final question for you. Would you buy this to ride every day, or keep it as a piece of motorcycling history? Ride safe, ride sharp, and keep the throttle alive.